Epstein, power, and the question we still can't answer. Okay, one of the towering questions hovering over the depraved and disturbing Epstein saga has never been fully answered, aside from what his address is in Tel Aviv. Hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller, and the question no one wants to answer for obvious reasons is, were all the illicit sexual activities of powerful figures used as leverage? Who was the blackmail on behalf of? We know what the official answer is: perpetrators. What does that even mean? Client list. What clients? And Epstein killed himself. There was no client list. That is the conclusion presented after what officials called an exhaustive review. But the public record tells a completely different story. For years, high-profile officials publicly claimed that a hidden client list existed. They accused prior administrations of concealing it. But at least they had the cover of saying it was an ongoing investigation. That is not something Trump can say. Then, after assuming office, those same officials announced that no such list had ever existed. No blackmail, no systemic leverage. Certainty replaced suspicion. Case closed, or so we're told. 98% of the 14 terabytes of data have yet to be released. In what has been released, entire sections obscured, names blacked out, details withheld. When transparency is partial, suspicion fills the gaps. Follow the money from publicly released records. We know this. One of Epstein's key benefactors, hedge fund billionaire Leon Black, paid him at least $158 million between 2012 and 2017. Another billionaire, Les Wexner, had previously granted Epstein extraordinary financial authority, including power of attorney and oversight of family trusts. These were not casual relationships. These were intimate financial entanglements. The newly released emails surrounding Leon Black reveal something striking. Black became entangled in a prolonged and costly blackmail situation involving a personal affair. The demands escalated, payments were made, legal strategies were deployed, private intelligence firms were discussed. Epstein positioned himself not just as a friend, but as an advisor, mediator, and strategist in navigating these threats. The emails show him drafting scripts, advising on intimidation tactics, suggesting surveillance, embedding himself deeper into the crisis. Here's what matters. Epstein repeatedly embedded himself into the most vulnerable aspects of extremely powerful men's lives: their finances, their reputations, their personal secrets. He gained leverage, and leverage is power. Whether that power was used independently or connected to something larger remains unclear. Why it matters. This is not about tabloid scandal. It's about institutional trust. Clearly, the blackmail was real. How far did it reach? And why are so many documents still hidden? This is a battle for the soul of a nation. A nation's integrity depends on transparency at the top. When powerful individuals become compromised, the system itself becomes vulnerable. The public does not need conspiracy. It needs clarity. It needs consistent answers. It needs accountability that does not change with political control. We're told there was no client list. There was no systemic blackmail. Case closed, but redactions remain. Contradictions linger, and the documented financial entanglements raise more questions than they answer. But clearly, we are dealing with industrial-level evil. The issue is not speculation. The issue is whether power and secrecy are being fully confronted. Because when trust erodes at the highest levels, the damage spreads downward. What do you think those who are willing to torture, rape, and murder children would do to you? Transparency is not optional in a republic. It is oxygen. If it brings down the government, then that government was not stable.